So this is the real deal. I'm here in my garage gym, and if you are someone who's woken up with back pain, maybe it's new to you, or you've been dealing with it for a long time and you're really frustrated because you just want to get in shape, you want to go to the gym, you want to do a workout, but you're unsure, do I rest or can I actually work out, and what should I do when I exercise to make myself feel better? Well, let's be honest, waking up in the morning with back pain can really put a damper on your plans. You want to move and be active. So I'm here to tell you some of the things that you can do in a gym workout here in my very own garage where I do my own workouts. So first of all, determining the cause of your back pain is the most important thing first. But if this is just a chronic little nagging ache and pain and it bothers you through the day, movement is going to be key to really get on a program to help it feel better, get more blood flow and circulation, and also help the muscles respond around your spine that are going to protect it. Many people just want to rest or lay on some heat or ice, maybe take some Tylenol and just see if the pain goes away. But movement is going to be the key. Now, a little disclaimer, if you're truly having pain down the legs, any numbness, tingling, difficulty with bowel or bladder movements, anything that's a huge red flag that's new to you, you definitely want to seek medical advice in person. Do not do the exercises that I'm going to show you in this video today. But if you just have this nagging, aching back pain, or you woke up with it and you can move, you can walk and move around, these exercises are safe to do in the gym and will be more therapeutic for your back. So movement is going to be really great for you because when you're lying down in a position for 6 to 8 hours, your connective tissue becomes like cobwebs, very intertwined, can get stuck, and you need the movement to stretch and lengthen the tissue around the area to help get blood flow and circulation, like I mentioned. So movement will unstick those cobwebs and be able to provide more flexibility and feel like you can accomplish a lot more when you're moving around. Also, movement is one of the keys to anyone dealing with changes in their joints. Maybe achy, stiff joints could be the culprit when we talk about arthritis or having any degenerative changes in your joints like your knees, shoulders, or your lower back. But movement is going to help lubricate those joints and it's going to help them actually feel better. Now, if you're not drinking enough water, enough fluids that are going to help combat dehydration, that can also be one thing you can control to make yourself feel better. And if you're doing a workout, you want to stay hydrated. Your spine has discs in between each level, and those discs are filled with fluid. And the more you are dehydrated, the more compression you will have and more discomfort you will have actually in your spine. So dehydration is a huge thing that you can actually control to improve your symptoms of your back pain. Now, moving on from dehydration, movement, you want to know what actually you can do in the gym. So those are the exercises that I'm going to go through today and talk about the form and talk about the breathing and the things that you should be conscious of. Now, when you want to do some cardio exercise and maybe you're thinking treadmill, elliptical, Stairmaster, something like that, typical kind of gym cardio if you can't do it outside, well, some of the best things for your back are going to be getting in a swimming pool, and that way your spine is unweighted, you don't have the compression on it, and you can actually move more freely with some swimming or walking and exercises in the water. Now, if you don't have access to a pool at the gym or where you're gonna go work out and you're thinking cardio equipment, well, you can do walking on the treadmill is going to be really excellent because that's going to be lower impact where you're not going to get as much compression, but it's going to allow that spine to have a little twisting and movement through the hips. The next thing could be the elliptical. So the elliptical, a lot of people do it incorrectly. They're bouncing when they're on it. So you want to think about keeping your hips, keeping your torso nice and stable in the same position, so you're really going to push through the legs. You don't have to put it on a super high incline. You can just put the resistance up a little bit to challenge yourself if you want more of a challenge, but you shouldn't see a lot of twisting and moving in your spine on an elliptical when you want to just work through your glutes and your legs, and you can tighten in through your abdominals a little bit just to keep that stability and control and protect your back. So the people you see holding on to the handles, bouncing up and down on the elliptical, not so great for your back. Think of really stability around your midsection, not letting your hips bounce up and down, and just push through those legs. You'll find this is a lot more challenging. You'll get to burn a sweat a lot faster too. Try that, go 5-10 minutes, not too long. Some people stay on the cardio equipment for a long time, but I love doing an interval or circuit training. And this way it can be a little bit healthier for your back, but it also boosts your metabolism and has you work a little bit harder. You just take minimal rest breaks in between each exercise, but you keep moving. So 5 or 10 minutes doing some cardiovascular work to get your muscles warmed up. And then we're gonna move on to this little series that you would do a circuit with. Okay, now you're really seeing the beautiful thing of my garage floor. So let's take that out of the equation, but focus on the exercise. So I put a mat down on the floor, my muscles are warmed up a little bit, and I'm gonna start with some glute bridges. This way, it's a great way to work your core muscles and warm up your back muscles and your hips. So if I think of breathing into my belly and then I do an exhale and I tuck those muscles in right below my navel and I lift up into a bridge, I'm gonna do that about 10 or 15 times to lift and lower, squeezing my glutes as I lift. So this is a great exercise to add into your circuit. You can also add a ball to make the exercise a little more challenging. It looks like this. So I put my feet on the ball and then can lift my hips from there, pressing into the ball, squeezing my glutes, and it may be a little more challenging. It'll take the hamstrings out of the equation and have you focus more on your back and your glutes there. So 10 or 15 times, focus on form and that you're doing it correctly. The next core exercise we're gonna move on to after you've done your cardio. The next exercise is going to be over your ball on your stomach, and if you've ever heard of a bird dog exercise, it's really working those stability muscles in your lower back that help support your spine, and it's safe to do. So if you go over a ball, you may have one a little smaller than mine, but looks like this. I'm over the ball. I'm gonna engage those lower belly muscles like I did before, squeeze my glutes. I'm gonna lift my opposite arm and leg, and I'm gonna pause for a second or two at the top. And you're trying to maintain your balance on the ball. The bigger the ball, the easier the exercise it is. A smaller one with a little more air may be more stable for you. So I'll do 10 on each side. And those are my first two core exercises to really warm up my back, warm up my glutes, and get the breathing down as well. Okay, the next thing is I love to use kettlebells. The weight is a little more compact. You can place it in front of your chest, and this way it offsets your spine, being able to automatically use your core and activate the right muscles that are gonna protect your back if you do it correctly. Now, this exercise is a goblet squat. So I like to have a bench or a box, something behind me that I can go back to. And if you're at home doing this, you can go back to a chair. I'm gonna place this weight. Now, with mine, I have about 15 pounds, nothing crazy. If you're having some back pain, you don't wanna go too heavy, but something where it's still challenging by like 10 to 15 reps. Now, I place it in front of my chest, and I'm gonna show you my form here. So my hips are going way back, and then they're coming up. Now you see that my knees aren't going here. I'm really gonna get my hips back, but I am not using my back, I'm using my hips to come up. Every time you come up, you engage those core muscles and think of pulling in and up, but that is very safe for your back and also reinforces those muscles around your hips and your back. So doing 15 of those, then you can move on to the next exercise. So because this is more of a leg focused workout, there's a lot of things you can still do with your upper body as well. And in some of my other videos, I even have one of 6 Pilates exercises that are best to do to ease back pain. So you can go back and watch that after this video too. A lot more ideas. I just wanted to give you a simple circuit of what you can actually do at the gym that's safe for your back and how to make sure you're using the correct muscles. Now, if you choose to do lunges instead of a goblet squat, they would look like this. So I have the weight in front of my chest and I'm going down and up here and thinking about the same idea. You really want to engage those muscles and squeeze the glutes on the way up. And see how I'm not leaning way forward. I don't have a lot of stress on my back, but having the kettlebell in front of my body, or if you don't have a kettlebell, you can turn a dumbbell sideways and hold it like this across your chest. That will make you use your muscles even more effectively to help you in this position. So if I would go through those exercises, 10 to 15 reps, and then go back to your cardio equipment. Maybe you're walking on the treadmill, you're gonna kick it up a notch with the speed or the incline just a little bit, enough that it's not too forceful for your back. Do that for another 5 or 10 minutes in between, or you can go to the elliptical. So you can go either elliptical, treadmill, walking, one of those. Get your heart rate up another 5 to 10 minutes and then go back through that circuit with the bridges, the bird dog exercise, and either the lunges or goblet squats, or you can do them both if you feel like that's appropriate for you. Just wanted to give you an idea of a few exercises that are safe to do. Repeat those rounds 3 times if you can, and then do some walking in between throughout your day. Don't sit for too long, because that's when your back muscles are really gonna stiffen up and you're going to have more of an issue there. So, hope you learned something from this. Which exercise are you not doing that you will do now? What did you learn from this video? I'd love to hear it in the comments below. And if you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button. You can get more helpful tips with exercises, back pain relief, and other things on this channel too. So thanks so much for watching.